Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training website passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass a supply chain manager interview. So if you are applying to become a supply chain manager with any organisation whatsoever, make sure you stay tuned because I will help you to succeed. And to achieve that goal, this is what I'm going to cover. I will give you a list of supply chain manager interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. I will also give you example answers to difficult supply chain manager interview questions to help you prepare. I will also give you some really important tips on how to stand out during your supply chain management job interview. And I will also tell you how you can access further resources, including these slides and the answers, to help you succeed. So let's get straight into it. Now, this is going to be the first supply chain manager interview question that you're going to have to answer. And it's tell me about yourself. Now, make sure you use management terminology and phrases in your response that are guaranteed to resonate positively with the interviewer. So here's a great example answer to the first supply chain manager interview question, tell me about yourself, to help you succeed. Here we go. Thank you for inviting me to be interviewed for this supply chain manager position today. I have applied for the job because not only do I have the necessary skills, the qualities and the experience to excel in the role, but I want to work for an organisation such as yours that is innovative and that has ambitious plans for the future. Now, I have several years of hands-on experience in the supply chain, and over the years I've developed a transformational style of leadership that ensures I can consistently meet your commercial and financial objectives. I have a thorough knowledge of the supply chain process. I am an excellent strategic planner and organiser. I can adapt quickly to difficult situations and foresee potential problems within the supply chain, and I will always build long-term, fruitful relationships with suppliers, contractors, and distributors. Now, I fully understand the importance of the supply chain to the success of your business, and I genuinely believe you will see a long-lasting positive impact within your organisation if you hire me to be your supply chain manager. That is a brilliant answer to that first supply chain manager interview question, tell me about yourself. Now, you can either pause the video if you want to and take a note of the questions and answers as we work through them together, or if you wait, I will soon tell you where you can download my full set of 27 supply chain manager interview questions and top scoring answers, including the ones I'm covering today during this tutorial. Here is the next question that I recommend you prepare for. So why do you want to work here as a supply chain manager? Now, most people apply for a job and they carry out very little research into the organisation that they are applying to join. And if you take this approach, you will not get hired. So you need to demonstrate in your answer to this supply chain manager interview question that you have conducted plenty of research into their company. Here's my example answer. Why do you want to work here as a supply chain manager? Here we go. I want to work for your organisation because, having followed you for a while now, I know that your business operations are always to a high standard. You have a strong reputation for treating your staff well, and you always have ambitious plans for the future, which I find appealing. Being a supply chain manager is a hugely responsible position that requires support, strategic direction, and a total commitment to the supply chain process. Now, having researched your organisation before applying, I believe all of these things will happen if I get to become your supply chain manager. I am seeking long-term employment in this position with the same organisation where I can build a good team around me, where I can develop solid relationships with distributors and suppliers, and where I can create a sustainable and successful supply chain process that helps the organisation push forward and achieve its goals and objectives. That's another great answer. So don't go anywhere because I still have more questions and answers to give you. But when you're ready, if you want to click that link in the top right-hand corner of the video, it will take you through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of 27 great answers to supply chain manager interview questions. Here's the next question. What do you expect to be doing on a daily basis as our supply chain manager? Now, this question is clearly assessing your knowledge of the role of a supply chain manager and also whether you have read the job description or not. So be sure to give a comprehensive, in-depth answer that proves you fully understand and appreciate the full scope of this important position. Here's another great example answer to assist you. What do you expect to be doing on a daily basis as our supply chain manager? Here we go. As your supply chain manager, I will be responsible for maximising efficiency and productivity through the organisation's supply chain and logistical operations and processes. I will play a critical role in building, establishing and maintaining positive relationships with suppliers, vendors and key distributors to ensure the business can meet its commercial objectives. Now, on a daily basis, I will liaise with the senior management team to plan and implement the company's supply chain strategy. I will make recommendations for supply chain process improvements and oversee these. I will liaise with other departments within the organisation to ensure the supply chain process is seamless. And I will be responsible for meeting core supply chain key performance indicators. Now, other areas of responsibility as your supply chain manager include responding to supply chain problems such as bottlenecks and supply or distribution issues, motivating and training the supply chain team to ensure they have the resources to do their jobs properly, and also providing feedback to all team members to maintain maximum efficiency and effectiveness at all times. Now, that is a great in-depth answer, and it shows that you fully understand the responsibilities you will have when you become their supply chain manager. Here's the next question. This is a difficult one. How would you navigate skepticism or challenges from senior managers when discussing the supply chain? Now, this tough supply chain management interview question is assessing your communication capabilities. And in your response, show you can put your point of view across in a constructive and persuasive manner that is beneficial to the organisation. Here's another great answer to help you. How would you navigate skepticism or challenges from senior managers when discussing the supply chain? As your supply chain manager, I will always work alongside the senior management team to meet the commercial and financial objectives of the business. I would expect to encounter some skepticism and challenges within this role simply due to the nature of the supply chain and how it impacts the organisation. However, my strong communication skills always enable me to explain my ideas and my thought processes in a manner that outlines the benefits to the organisation. So whenever discussing the supply chain with senior managers, I would detail how my strategy is designed to benefit the organisation, and I would explain in clear terms my recommended process and how I believe it will enable us to achieve our objectives. Now, of course, senior managers will always have the final say, and I would respect that at all times. However, I believe I have the skills and qualities needed to explain things in an easy to understand manner, and I will always focus on the future success of the business in my communications. Here's the next supply chain management interview question that is guaranteed to come up during your interview. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Now, this interview question is guaranteed to come up, so we need to prepare a strong answer to it. In your response, my advice is to give 4 or 5 strengths that match the job description and then just one weakness that does not. So here's my example answer to help you. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Here we go. My strengths include my depth of knowledge of the supply chain within this sector, the fact I can quickly build up positive relationships with internal departments and external suppliers and distributors, and how I can quickly adapt to challenging situations to ensure there is a successful outcome. Other strengths include the fact that I am a strong leader who insists on nothing but high standards from those within the supply chain team, and how my flexible and transformational style of management ensures everything I do is geared towards meeting your business objectives. Now, in respect of my weakness, this is the fact I am quite an impatient person. I find it difficult to wait for others to complete tasks on time, especially when they impact the results of my own tasks or projects. And in the past, I've ended up getting frustrated with external suppliers and distributors, and I always used to voice my feelings, which wasn't always the right thing to do when building relationships. However, over the last few years, I've become wiser to the fact I need to communicate effectively to get people to work at pace, and I'm pleased with how I have developed and progressed in this area. I would now consider myself to be an exceptional communicator and relationship builder. That's a brilliant answer to that common supply chain manager interview question. What are your strengths and weaknesses? So the next thing to do is make sure you click that link right now that has appeared in the top right hand corner of the video, and it will take you through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of 27 great answers to supply chain manager interview questions. It's a brilliant resource. You can have it within your inbox within 2 minutes from now, and it will make a big difference to your preparation and your performance at your supply chain manager interview. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lots of you are passing your interviews as a result of the content I'm creating, and I don't want you to miss out. And please, finally, just give the video a thumbs up, because that motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your supply chain management interview. Have a brilliant day.